Childcare is a huge burden on some families, with programs costing at times more than college tuition. NBC 15's Shayna Najawan spoke with one childcare network that's partnering with the Wisconsin-based dairy company to ease some of that stress that comes with enrolling in early education.
Well, some companies prioritize health care benefits and others retirement benefits, but what about child care benefits? Schreiber Foods in Richland County is working with Tutris, a child care service, and together they will provide employees with a platform to find quality care for their kids and some money to help pay for it.
Child care costs can make up a big portion of a family budget.
I think for the longest time, everybody's realized childcare as a system is broken.
Creative Director of Child Care Service Tutris, Jeff McAdam, says this is true especially for Wisconsinites.
And a lot of the childcare costs that you have in the state of Wisconsin, it would be cheaper to go to an in-state college than it would be to have a child in childcare.
That is why Schreiber Foods, a dairy company in Richland Center, is partnering with the group to provide their employees with child care benefits.
Not only are we going to give our employees access to Tutris, we're also going to contribute some money. Schreiber Foods has decided to give their employees $5,000 a year on top of the access.
Pastor at Bethel Lutheran Church and School, Daniel Lewig, says access to high-quality childcare is especially important during the early years.
These are the foundational years. And so the more that you have things set up in this pre-K, the early age time, the more they're prepared for kindergarten, the better equipped they are going into it, the more they can stay with that love of learning and that joy of discovery.
Lewig says their daycare just opened in December, but they are already receiving requests from families with Schreiber Foods.
Especially in rural areas, you need that partnership among the community, among businesses, among the child care providers, everything stepping together to provide and sustain high-quality child care in the region.
He hopes the company will set the stage for other area businesses.
I think that's going to show others the possibilities of what's there. Not only is this great for employee recruitment and retention, but you're helping the very families in your community. You're investing in the families in your community in a far more sustainable way.
According to Schreiber Foods, employees will receive the $5,000 as a reoccurring yearly stipend, cutting some annual child care costs in half. Live in the studio, Shayna Najawan, NBC 15 News.